Where there's a will, there's a way. I would challenge you to think a step before that. Where there's choice, there's a way. You see, both of my sisters live in St. Thomas. Well, two of my sisters. I have a couple more. Interesting family situation. We'll get to that later. But both of my sisters I'll talk about today live in St. Thomas. And if you saw my report, mytransformationsecrets.com, mytransformationsecrets.com, where I lost 28 pounds in 60 days, the front cover of that report has a picture with me with two beautiful girls on either side in a boat. I am not a playboy. Those are my sisters. So I had people, hey, congratulations, way to go. Like, well, thanks, but those are my sisters. So if you go to mytransformationsecrets.com and you see that, that's the inside scoop. So I just threw under the table my playboy status. Anyhow, both my sisters chose to live in St. Thomas, and it's funny because I spoke with my sister Jen the other day, and she said a lot of her friends come down and say, oh, you're so lucky, you live in St. Thomas, and Jen's like, Tom, it has nothing to do with luck. I chose to live here, and guess what? I've been to St. Thomas numerous times, and there's pros and cons to island life, but the pro is you're living in paradise. You wake up, you can go on the beach every day, and it's just a beautiful thing. The cons are some storms come and electricity cuts out and a whole bunch of other things. The roads aren't the greatest, all that fun stuff. But it's a give and take. Life is a give and take. I am here to tell you today to take full responsibility. Can't point the finger to anybody else for any circumstances in your life other than pointing it right directly back at yourself. And I am pointing all of my circumstances back at myself. The good, the bad, the ugly, everything is based on my choices, my thoughts, my words, my actions. And I would ask you to do the same. Even in the good, the bad, the ugly, it all boils down to you. You take full responsibility. You and I are exactly where we are today based on the choices we have made up until now. And we will be 1 year, 2 years, 5 years from now exactly where we will be then based upon the choices we make today. That is a glorious thing. We can choose our future. My sisters chose to live in St. Thomas and many other choices. My sister Jen in particular is also a physical therapist. And that luck statement, it would almost be as ridiculous to say, oh, you're so lucky, you're a physical therapist. That just doesn't make sense, right? There wasn't luck behind that. There was a lot of dedication, commitment that all led from that choice, and multiple choices for multiple years on what to do and what not to do if that was the goal. You see, so you need to set a goal similar to that physical therapy goal, similar to my sister's choosing to live in St. Thomas. What is your ideal life? But, hey, I want to break the news to you here, but we hear all the time, so-and-so just found out they have a terminal illness, or, I personally have lost my mother and father at a very young age due to cancer, 52 and 56 years old. Fortunately, I was able to be by their side for both their last breaths, but it's a sad thing, But here's the bottom line. All of us have a physical terminal illness. It's called being human. Hello, wake-up call. We all only have so many days here, Make the most of today. Don't sit there complaining about your job, your relationships, your health, all this other craziness. Take control. Do something about your job. If you could work anywhere and with anyone, who would you want to work with and where would you want to work? If you could be in a relationship with anybody, who would you want to be in a relationship with? If you could be in the best health, what would that look like for you? Guess what? Go to mytransformationsecrets.com and you'll see how I looked in the mirror and wasn't happy with what I saw back in July of last year. By the time September rolled around, it's a whole nother person. Physically, mentally, emotionally, everything has changed. You can make changes. It all begins with a choice. And I will say to you, if you get that report, you'll see you could take away the health from that report and put in success. Take away the success, put in relationships. The secrets that I discuss or the steps that I took to transform my body can transform any area of my life or your life. So go take a peek at that. Hopefully it inspires you. Make the proper choices today. It all begins with choosing to right now choose what is your ideal future. Where would you want to work? What would you be doing? Where would you live? Who would you be in a relationship with? How would that relationship look? All the fun stuff. Sit down, map it out, because what you choose today will determine the steps you take and will determine where you end up very shortly. So until then, make today great. Oh, P.S. I will be speaking about my near-death experience. I'm going to follow through with that commitment. Just haven't figured out how to do it in less than 5 minutes, but I will do that in the next day or two. So until then, make today great. Talk to you soon.